I've got to spray those double crop soybeans this morning, the ones that I planted last Saturday. I wanted to spray them yesterday, but the wind was just blowing too hard yesterday, so it's just a light breeze today, so I'm gonna get her done. Okay, I have switched tractors, I've switched equipment, so I need to reset this. Tractor is now 6115, and the implement is now a pull behind sprayer. And the implement width is correct at 45 feet. And oh, wrong field. I gotta go to this field. And I do not want to keep the existing coverage map. And turn guidance on. F, yes. Reset the acres, and there, ready to go. Of course, I did that under the tree, so now I have no signal, so I've got to go out here in the field and try to pick up a signal. This field is tough to get a signal in because I am surrounded on all four sides by trees. But I can get enough of a signal to do some spraying. I probably cannot use the auto steer in this field just because I won't get a strong enough signal. Okay, everything is reset to 0 here, 15 gallons to the acre, and I still, oh, there we go, just got a little red there. I'm good to go now. Look, Mom, no hands. Well, I just barely got a signal in this field, so auto steer is working at the moment. As long as I don't get too close to those trees when I turn around, it will stay connected. Someone did mention in another video when I was talking about this and the trees and the signal that the newer globes are better in trees. I haven't priced a newer globe yet to see what they are. They're probably $14,995 in Biden's economy. Oh, stop talking. You're gonna get too close to the trees. Hey, get locked in. I did not get too close to the trees. Okay, so yeah, in Biden's economy, a new globe is probably $17,995, and I can't justify that. I can put up with the loss of a signal around a few trees before I spend $19,995 for a new globe. Maybe next year, when we have a new president, I can afford to buy a new globe. When I say globe, I'm talking about the receiver up there outside of the tractor. That is what picks up the satellite signal. I guess it's more of a dome. A globe is round and a dome is half round, correct? So yeah, a dome. On my last video concerning the world laughing at us, someone made a comment that if I was going to talk about politics, they weren't going to watch my channel. They came here for the agriculture and for a small town business owner, and yeah, I understand that, but part of agriculture is politics. I've always been involved in politics. I don't put politics into every video. Everybody knows where I stand politically, at least if you're watching this channel. But farmers surprisingly still have a strong voice in politics, and so a lot of farmers are involved in politics, meeting with their elected representatives, whether it's at the local, state, or county level, local, state, or federal level. Some farmers hold elected positions. It's just the nature of the beast. So when I see fit, and when I have something that bugs me, I'm going to talk politics. And if you don't want to watch my channel, that's okay. I've said from the very beginning, I don't care if you like my videos or if you subscribe to my channel. I don't do this for the money. I do it to teach people about what I do, specifically agriculture. Oh well. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Okay, looks like I'm gonna get to go swimming. I see something blue up here in the field. Blue. It is blue, and the wind blew it into the field from the neighbor's pool. It looks like a life ring, I guess. So hey, I don't think they're home. I know those people, and they would get a kick out of it if I picked up their ring, took it over and jumped in their pool and took a picture of myself in their pool. That would be, they would laugh. They would laugh, I think, when they saw that. But I'll just be nice. I won't spray it. It's their kid's ring, and I'll just walk it back over to their pool for them. I've cleaned the sprayer out from spraying soybeans, and now I've got some corn to spray. This corn, this is the wet field that was planted June 5th, the same as that field behind the house. You see there's grass coming up. I tilled this ground up and planted the corn. Then I sprayed the corn with a grass and a weed herbicide, and we never got rain. Well, it did not rain for 20 days on this corn. So after I put that weed and grass herbicide down, we never got rain to put that herbicide in the ground and get it activated. So that's why I've got some grass that I'm dealing with here. I'm surprised this corn looks as good as it does, but because it's a low field, that 20 days of no rain that we had, those roots were able to get down and find the moisture. It didn't have to go far in this field. So let me get this sprayed, and I guess I'll be coming back over here in the next couple of days and putting my additional nitrogen on here with the drop tubes, because this corn is just about ready to canopy, and we do have a chance of rain July. Gosh darn dear, I see it way down there in the corner. Today is Tuesday, July 2nd, so I think Thursday, July 4th, Friday, July 5th, we've got a chance of rain. So I may just come right back over here tomorrow and put the nitrogen on, so it'll be here when the rain comes, and get it in the ground and get it working. On the last couple of passes while I was spraying that corn, I heard a noise coming out of this pump, and so I've got something going on. I see the belt here is starting to wear on that side, and something is out of whack. That belt is a little bit warm. That's a little bit warm, so I've got to figure out what's going on here. Yeah, I rebuilt this thing 3 or 4 years ago, maybe. So let's I'm gonna start pulling it apart and see what's going on with this. Okay, I think it's a bearing that has gone bad. There's 2 bearings in here. It's just a little short shaft that goes from here in here with this pulley on it, and I believe it's 2 bearings, one on this side and then one on the inside. I'm guessing maybe the one on the inside has gone bad, so I'm gonna keep pulling it apart. So it appears what happened is this bearing slipped out of the housing. I've banged it back in there some. I haven't got it all the way. There's a snap ring that goes around there that holds that bearing in. That snap ring, it was laying here, right here. So there's the snap ring there. So that snap ring goes inside of there, holds that bearing in the housing. Same thing on this side. This bearing is held in by a snap ring, but what has happened, and I don't know why, is the shaft here. See that shaft here where that paint is worn off? That shaft went all the way up inside of there, and it has now, good thing it wasn't my toes, it has now worn this snap ring off here. The snap ring is still there, but I can't pull this shaft and the bearing out this way. The bearings seem to be okay. So I think I'm just going to try to get this bearing back up there in place, put that snap ring on, and then put it all back together. And yep, after further inspection, this bearing is not going to last much longer. So unfortunately, I don't have any of these on the shelf. I don't know why. This bearing is okay, but yeah, that front one is not okay. So I guess I better make some phone calls to get a bearing ordered, or a couple of them. Parts are ordered for this. Hopefully I can get them tomorrow, but I doubt it. He said he was going to try to get them shipped out this afternoon, but they're coming out of Pennsylvania. I don't know if UPS can get them to my front door tomorrow afternoon. Otherwise, Thursday's a holiday, so it would be Friday when it's supposed to rain. Fingers crossed. I could probably have put it back together with the bearings I had, and it would have worked to get that nitrogen on the corn. It's only about 12 acres of corn, but I had it all pulled apart. We'll see what happens. I'll keep watching the forecast. Okay, this is some of the stuff I have to put up with at the store. So this is a Troy-Bilt trimmer. I was in the store last Friday working when the guy came in and bought this, and within 30 minutes, he brought it back to us. He said, it won't start. He said, there's just no spark. First thing we have learned to ask is, did you put fresh gas in? Because that 80 to 90% of the time is the issue. He said, no, I bought the gas here from you. I said, oh, that's right. He bought the pre-mixed gas in a can, the quart cans that you buy already pre-mixed. Yep, that's right. You sure did. Okay, so it's not a gas issue. So I took it out back, tried to start it, put a shot of ether in it. Nope. Nothing at all. So this is something new that I have not seen it before. So this switch, the kill switch, it's not an off-on. It stays in the on position, and to kill it, you have to push it and hold it to kill the engine. So I'm wondering if there's an issue, something with the wiring on that switch, and it's not allowing the spark to go to the spark plug. So the unfortunate part is, so what happens when you buy something like this? Normally you open the owner's manual and it tells you right there, if you have problems, do not return to the point of purchase. Call this 800 number and we'll give you a service center nearby. Well, the guy just bought it 30 minutes prior. I can't in good conscience say, oh no, we can't handle that, you need to call the service center. We just can't do that. And I sold it to him, and I saw the gas. Yep, he bought the good gas. Okay, so it's not his problem. And so what we did was we exchanged another one, gave him another one, poured the gas in it right there, third crank started up and it ran. So yep, we knew that one was good. So now we've got this one on our hands that we've got to do something with. In the past, what my daughter has done, she had one 2 years ago. I don't know if it was Troy-Bilt, may have been another brand. No, it may have been Troy-Bilt. That was returned, wouldn't start. So she called Troy-Bilt and they said, oh, take it to your nearest service center, we'll pay for it. Well, our nearest service center is an hour away. They'll pay for the repair, but they're not paying for my time to take it up there and then go back later and pick it up. So that doesn't work. So I'm just going to see if I can get this going myself, and then we'll sell it at a discount if I can do that. But yeah, that's some of the stuff we put up with at the hardware store, day to day, week to week, month to month. So let me see if I can figure it out. Well, I did not have the camera running, but this thing just started. So what I did was I pulled this housing off and disconnected the kill switch on there. Then I gave a little shot of ether in the spark plug. I took the spark plug out of there just to verify everything looked good. Gave it a shot of ether, about 4 cranks, and it started up. So I don't know if it is the kill switch that is bad, I don't know. I'll connect the kill switch and try it again. Okay, now back to this weed eater. Let me see if I can get it running. I've hooked the wires back up to the kill switch. That's the way it was hooked up. I'm wondering if the wires were reversed. Let me put it back on here since I know it starts now. Let me put this together like it was. Try to start it and see what happens. Okay, I don't know. It's back to get well, other than putting all the pieces back, but I put it back just like it was, and it works now. So I don't know what the hell was wrong with it. Was there a blockage in the fuel line or the carburetor? By me taking that spark plug out and putting a shot of ether in there, did that get everything cleaned out? I don't know. As I said, this is the crap we put up with some days at the hardware store. So I'm going to put it back together, and we'll put it on the shelf, sell it as is, mark some kind of discount on it. Okay, there you go. Slightly used weed eater for sale. Come down to Ridge Hardware and see us. Okay, it is a happy 4th. I got my parts yesterday for the sprayer here. So this was Tuesday when it broke. Ordered the parts Tuesday afternoon. Got them yesterday, Wednesday the 3rd. So they did get here in 24 hours. Oh man, I think I got a chigger from somewhere. But I had to work at the hardware store yesterday evening, so I just couldn't get it all back together. So here I am this morning, gonna put this together, and then I can get that nitrogen on the corn before rain this afternoon. Well, I think there's a 50% chance of rain this afternoon, so let's hope we get some. So I got a new shaft to go in here. It's gonna go that way. Then new idler pulleys. This is starting to get a groove on there. It's, well, you can see it's supposed to be smooth. So I figured I would get some new pulleys while I'm at it. And the most important thing, hopefully, 2 of those, and yes, there they are, the bearings right here. Okay, let me get her back together. I have fought this thing for over an hour, and it looks like I'm going back to the old shaft. So this is how this goes together. There's a bearing that sits on either side of that, just like that. Those bearings go up against this tight. Okay, you get the idea? They go on the shaft like that. And then that shaft goes into this hole with a snap ring on either side holding it. Well, when I put the bearings on the new shaft, put it in here, I could not get the last snap ring on. I am just, I don't know, a half a width of a snap ring off from getting that snap ring in there. I have pried and beat and banged and coming close to screwing up the new bearings. So what I'm gonna do is put the old shaft back on, and you can see where this old shaft has worn that half a width, or it's almost, well, it's a full width of the snap ring. I think what I'll do is take this new shaft to a machine shop and have them take off just a hair. It's just half of a width of this snap ring. So I'm not sure, because of there's wear in here somewhere, but the snap rings are going into the grooves here. I don't know. It could be that this wasn't milled to spec, but I think that's what I'm going to do. So for now, I'm going to put the old one back in so I can get this nitrogen on the corn, and then at some point this summer I'll get this up. I've got a machine shop about 45 minutes away. They can probably mill this down and just take a 16th or 32nd of an inch off of there, and I can put it all back together right. But all right, I've messed with this for more than an hour. It's just time to get something done. 3 hours later, and I finally got the damn thing back together. It should not have taken that long, but it did. Okay, let's get the tractor backed up to it. Let me switch these the drop tubes on here and get this corn, get some nitrogen on this corn. It has taken me a while to get to this point, but I'm finally ready. So have I explained this before on the drop nozzles? So the reason we put these on is because nitrogen will burn the corn. So if we have these other tips on that fan out and spray, you know, across everything, you don't want those tips spraying across the corn because it will burn the leaves. So these drop nozzles are putting a stream of nitrogen in between the rows here, and so it's not getting on the leaves of the corn to burn it up. And so now what we're after is some rain to get that nitrogen in the ground, get it to the roots of the corn, so that corn can take it up and grow. Nitrogen is what makes corn. And I've got some lamb's quarter here. I see I didn't spray this field because it really wasn't a whole lot in here, but now as I'm looking, spray for weeds after the corn has come up. I put a pre-emerge herbicide down, but maybe I should have come back with a post-emerge as well because of the lamb's quarter. I didn't see it on the other end of the field. Yeah, I may have to come back and spray these lamb's quarters. All right, I think I've got enough in there to finish this field. I've got the sprayer switched back to the regular nozzles. I'm going to spray this corn now for that lamb's quarter. And then hopefully it will rain. There are some storms building on radar to our west over in Virginia, so let's hope we get some today. We need it. And that's a wrap. I finished spraying that. I just put the tractor in the barn. You know, it is darn hot today. It's about 90 degrees. The humidity is about 70%, so that puts the heat index at like 103.5 or something like that. So I think I'm wrapping this up and going home and celebrating the 4th on my front porch with an adult beverage. So I'm going to say, see ya! See ya!